Earth may be dying. Some are looking off-world for a fresh start. The competition for land and resources out here is brutal. In this winner-take-all environment, people are doing anything to succeed. You need to stake your claim, earn your place, and do your best to save humankind's future.
We'll meet again. We'll love again. Under the sky. Under the rain. We'll fly.
Computer, sign-in identifier, captain of the NBC Primus, name ID Ghost. There we go. Begin recording day 52. We've been removing all essential items, metals, and foodstuffs we could find on the pirate ship. I have to say, I mean, honestly, for all the trouble those guys put us through and my general blood pressure doubling, I'm honestly kind of glad we were able to quickly dispatch them. The pirates had some hyperfuel, water, food, and other weapons. Really just luxury items we haven't really been able to justify trading for so long. Acritus Secundus has been mostly using pistols and, sticks basically for, personal defense. So I believe an upgrade, if you will, is kind of, I guess we owe them that at least for all the help they've been giving us. Food has also been a bit touch and go, honestly. We have these grow beds that we've been tending to in the middle of the ship. But I swear we put more water into those bloody things than we actually put in ourselves. Hell, maybe those cannibals were onto something about skipping the whole growth process for the artificial meat. Jesus, I need to stop going to their sales pitches. Speaking of the cannibals, those dirtheads mentioned some new planet or something that they've all been kind of chattering about. What was it called? Eden. Or, their holy planet, if you will, centered in the heart of the galaxy, or something or another. I'm not too sure really what to make of it, but a few of the other factions have also been kind of mentioning it, if you will. I do want to go on record. I do not and will never really believe or trust in rumors. Idle gossip is for honestly people that ain't got nothing better to do, and Lord knows we got plenty of work to do on here. Still, when you hear the same rumor from 4 different sources, multiple different ships, hell, sometimes you just need to wake up and smell the coffee before someone steals it from you. So the crew doesn't particularly know it, besides maybe Dog and myself. We're going to be at least kind of heading in that general direction, because hey, who knows, right? I mean, there might be something out there after all. It's just something to try and keep the crew going. I mean, it's one thing for us to be out here, watching the Earth basically obliterate itself, and then for us to essentially just kind of be exploring the cosmos of the space. But we got to do something. We have to have some reason to live. Hell, one thing I always wanted to do was just sell the engines on this thing and turn into a space station. A buddy of mine over in the military alliance mentioned that he knew a guy who made a distillery on their ship. They sold all the parts, and crazy booger decided that he was going to make a distillery and set up a trading outpost. I mean, dang, that sounds nice, right? Just Wake up, make booze, and sell it to complete strangers. Like, what a great day. That's everything for now. End log. Begin log day 63. Not a whole lot to report on the past few days, hence the gap, really. I don't want this to be some sort of diary thing that gets filled with all my personal issues and problems. I mean, whoever's listening to this, honestly, you're just here to see how we're coming along anyways, and there's probably some comms channel out there that you can get plenty of other captains' gossip and other crap like that. That's not what this is for. Crew's been doing very good. We're working on almost, I would like to call them, one-day perfect mining and derrick cleaning cycles. Basically, we'd have 2 people go off working on the mining while the boys and I go out and clear the derelict of whatever bug infestation is on there, and then, you know, we do all this in almost one-day cycles. So they wake up, send them off to work, we go take care of whatever we need to. Then the later half of the day is usually reserved more for processing and or, you know, transferring of goods from the derelict to our either the primus or secundus, and then that's it. I mean, there's really not a whole lot more that comes to it. So it's been it's been good. It's been really good. You know, just 2 months ago, heck, we were, you know, watching the bombs fall on Earth and basically obliterate everything, and well, now we got 2 ships strong, you know, total of 7 people, including myself, so, you know, 8 people in charge of 2 ships, and no one's tried to kill each other yet, so, good stuff, good stuff. End log. Begin recording day 65. I just had to go and open my big stupid face. Pirates came along today, nothing too radical and wild. Silly idiots try to hold up the cultists next to us for resources. We had jumped in and, you know, as I mentioned in the previous logs, we were going through our one-day cycles for the derelict mining and all that good stuff. And some of the cannibals showed up to do some basic trading, whatever. We had a couple bug bits that we were going to unload to them and some hyperfuel we were going to buy from them. And pirates showed up. Poor bastards were outgunned 2-1. We had ours and the cultists to, you know, provide support. This one didn't seem as... Oh, shit. Gotta be careful when you drop cigarettes, man. I mean, I know the whole place is oxygenated, but Jesus, I mean, I'm encased for safety purposes. What was I saying? Hell. Oh, yeah, so this one wasn't nearly as grueling as the board in action and everything that we had done before. For whatever reason, it just kind of seemed more secondhand. You know, kill or be killed, really. We blew open their ship. We waited the allotted time to ensure that anyone on the ship was passed. And then it was just a matter of basically taking all the supplies on board and, you know, Bob's your uncle, really. That was not much else that we had to really do. Either way, we cleared out the ship, then repeated the process, and kind of just basically did some wholesale selling to the cultists. After clearing out the crew and taking turns going through the liberties as we've discussed before, basically got, you know, to sell freshest meat you could get on the market, really. So, I don't know. Maybe we need to start looking to maybe doing some recruiting. I mean, there's 8 of us, but this is a big ship, and honestly, the grow beds are starting to get a little bit, I don't know. I feel like we could be working on them more often and growing them better, so maybe we'll have to look at getting some crew quarters set up and, I don't know, trying to convince some of these guys that we just shot at to join us or something. Who knows? We'll have to see. Seems a bit backwards. End log. Begin recording, day 84. Wanted to make a quick recording. I've been kind of discussing some of the schematics with Frog, and we were actually able to kind of come up with a rehabilitation center / cell space for anyone that we might be able to capture. Only problem is the free space that we were able to kind of identify was basically right next to the command center, so we'll have to be seriously diligent about making sure none of them bust out, because if they get out, then they'll have direct, control of our commands and comms channels. So I'm a little optimistic, but we'll have to be careful just to make sure if there's no prison riots and all that good stuff that no one tries to launch us into the sun or anything like that. But hey, we're able to get ourselves some potential new recruits. End log. Begin recording day 91. There we go. When we enter a sector, we always kind of err on the side of cautiousness for safety reasons, whether that's flesh-eating viruses, mimic creatures that kill off our crew and try and impersonate them, to just the bugs in general. We're always kind of cautious, just to, safety. I only got so many crew, and I got 2 ships I got to maintain. Today, I can only describe what we found as a hive. Those bugs must have been on this ship for, honestly, God knows how long, but they've been there, and they've been there for a while. That's all I can really say about it. We don't have a biologist, a zoologist, or hell, even a space bug specialist from the Dingus that could really explain how these things survive in the vacuum of space and are thriving. There was more of them. Initial scans showed what could only be described as an entire, probably about 7 or 8 structures inside this ship, and honestly, I wasn't taking any risks. I ordered all crew to participate. Both the Primus and Secundus crew came in, guns bearing, shotguns, primed, cocked, locked, and ready to rock. And we didn't really mess around. All things considered, the operation was honestly a very good success. No losses. There was some kind of minor damage / injury sustained. I think Dog went. He got clipped a little bit, but he was fine. The ship was called the Archaeopetri. I don't know. Names, people, names. We also encountered a super bug, if you will. Several calling it a floater. Others are calling it charger. I really wasn't able to capture it on the body cam, but the thing clear. This thing, man. So we come in on one side of the ship. I really wish I had the cam footage to attach to this file, but it cleared the port end to the front end of the ship to the back where we were located in like 3 seconds. Not to mention that this thing had no clear way of actually moving. It kind of just like threw itself back and then bolted at us. Again, it slammed into Dog, and he kind of played ping pong with the walls of the ship, but he was fine. I mean, he's laying down a little bit. He's feeling a little bit nauseous, but Des has been taking a great job of, just patching him up and making sure everything's good. In case you ever run into this thing, here's how you identify the floater charger blob thing. It's got these 2 massive, like, scythe things that it uses as, or mandibles, I guess, is the more biological term. God, you would think, you spend 5 years in the mining corps just to learn how to do everything, and here we are shooting at bugs that are the size of cows in hell. Either way. So yeah, two large size, and then it has this big, just massive eyeball socket thing, and then basically the entire thing's encapsulated in more or less the same leathery surface as the little ones, the little like dog size things. Definitely takes a lot more punishment before you can put it down. I think we probably put about 7 or 8 full shotgun blasts into this thing before it went down. So just be mindful of it. You gotta give it some space if you're gonna try and take it down. It does have a very sizable amount of health to it, but as long as you play it smart with your team and you tell them to space out, your crew should be fine. Doesn't have an immediate weakness again, besides just basically blasting the sucker to Kingdom Come. That's about all I could really recommend. So be safe, be smart, and, you know, see you guys for the next log. End log. Okay. Begin recording day 99, 23 hours. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We just hit 100 days since we left the station. Just wanted to get that in so you guys could hear. End log.